Hello, and welcome or welcome back to Sapling Tarot. My name is Imogen. Today I'm going to be doing days 3 and 4 of the 12 Days of Yule challenge by Ivy the Occultist. The prompts I'm going to be working with today are reflecting on the last year of my practice, and then I'm going to be showing you my tarot planning for the year ahead. So first things first, going back to reflecting on my practice for the last year, I used these prompts from Benabel Wen's yearly astrological planner, and I thought I would go through them with you, reflecting on my 2023. So the first prompt is, I will honour my mind with these routines for wellness. And the things that I wanted to do this year was writing more, anything at all, and I've done that a bit. I've done probably more writing than I did last year, but maybe not as much as I would like to, so I'll probably keep that going into 2024, seeing what I can do with that. And then there was drawing with pencil and paper more. Definitely didn't do that. Any art I have done this year, and I haven't done loads, has been digital. I haven't got my paints out. I haven't done that one. And then researching special interests, definitely done that. That doesn't really cost me an awful lot. We'll get into exactly what those special interests were in a moment. So the next one is, I will honour my body with these routines for health. Spending more time outside. Don't think I spent more time outside this year than I did last year. It's probably the opposite, but I spent a bit of time outside. I did my best. Living in a disabled body with a disabled brain is tricky, and so I try and be gentle with myself around that. And then my other goal was stretching my body. I did that a bit more. I did some online dance classes in the summer, and I've just generally been trying to be more mindful of moving my body and stuff, because I'm getting a teeny tiny bit older, as we all are, and things like joints start to have a bit of a panic if I don't move and stretch as much as maybe I should. And then taking care of my teeth, that's a personal one. It's like one of the first things to go when I'm having a bit of a dodgy time with my mental health, and so I've been really focusing on that this year, and using my little self-care app to remind me to do it, and I've been doing much better with that. And so the next thing is, I will honour my talents in 2023 by drawing single tarot cards more often. I haven't done it with tarot cards, but I have been dipping my toe into the world of Oracle a little bit more this year, and I've had some really lovely experiences with that. Doing them on the new moon and the full moon in particular, but also just drawing them as and when I feel like it. If you've watched my Why Spirituality response video, you'll know that I am quite gentle with myself around like being really strict with, I have to do daily draws or weekly draws or monthly draws and stuff, and I do it just when I feel called to, and that is an important part of my practice. It's like not forcing myself to do tarot, because that feels ridiculous. It's supposed to be a hobby, unless of course it's like a paid gig, and then we do what we can. And so the next one was I cannot read that upside down. Continuing to draw regularly, and I've done a little bit of that, but I probably haven't done as much as I did last year. Never mind. And then continuing to develop my astrology knowledge. Now, I have, in a way, what I wanted to get into this year was being more confident with astrological forecasting, and kind of the predictive nature of astrology, and I'm a bit more confident with that than I was, but mostly I've got really into the moon. I've become one of the moon girlies. I know a lot more about that now, but also what really stole my heart this year was herbalism. I got into a course, so I have my Master Herbalist diploma now, and I'm working on my advanced Master Herbalist diploma now, and so that's been where the bulk of my focus has been. And then latterly, in the last couple of months, I've started doing a counselling qualification. So in terms of studying, astrology has taken a little bit of a backseat. I still do bits and pieces, and I'm always trying to consolidate the knowledge that I already have and expand on it. But it's not been as much of a priority as I thought maybe it would be. So there we are. And then I will show grace to myself with, this is the big one, being patient if habits take a while to form. And this is super important to me, and something that I've worked really hard at learning is that I can't like guilt and shame. What's that thing on the internet? You can't shame yourself into being a better person. Putting systems in place to make things easier. So having tarot decks out on my table, or tidying things away in a way where they're easily accessible. And I've got a self-care app that I have used for the last couple of years, and I love it, called Finch. And I can share more about that if that's interesting. Let me know. And these sorts of strategies and stuff, I know that everyone is struggling, particularly if you're in any way neurodivergent, trying to develop habits and get into routines that you consider kind of healthier or better for you is a pretty constant struggle for lots of people. And yeah, so that's something that I've been working on this year and for many years now, is just trying to be gentle and patient with myself. So nearly there. I will honour my world and strive to live in harmony with nature by spending more time by the water. I've spent a little bit more time by the sea, but I haven't really been down to the river this year, which is a shame. I will endeavour to do more of that this coming year. And then I was going to think about leaving offerings for birds and animals and spirits, but that's not so much been a thing. I mean, I do like bird food and stuff in the garden, but I came across some interesting like offerings in the woods near me, and I sort of just wanted to, I didn't want to interfere with anyone else's practice by leaving other stuff, and so yeah, I'm still working on that and figuring out how that works for me and what that looks like in my practice and my locality. So yeah, and then I will strive to foster peace in my community by maintaining good relationships with my neighbours, which I've done as much as I've seen them. I don't really leave the house an awful lot, but I did me Christmas cards this year again. And so if they only hear from me once a year, then at least it's in the form of a cute card. And then by continuing to make time and effort for my witchy community and slightly more further afield friends and stuff, and I have done that as much as I've been able to. I've done 2 more of the Leith witchcraft markets this year, which is just wonderful, and they really fill my cup and make me feel so great about the Scottish witchcraft community in general, and they make me feel so welcome, and met some lovely people. And then I've also been able to see my friends a little bit this year. Again, maybe not as much as I would have hoped when I wrote this list, because I've just been knackered. COVID got me back in March and my body just hasn't been quite the same since. So, you know, keep wearing your masks, keep testing, try not to get yourself or your loved ones poorly. You know. So yeah, so that was my 2023 goals, and I've got the same. Let's try not to show you anything too personal. I've got the same prompts written out to do over New Year. I mean, also my tarot wish list. But so I'm gonna think about these and think about what I want to carry over, and what I maybe want to do a bit differently next year. And so that is reflecting on my life and spiritual practice for 2023. So moving forwards, I have my 2024 themes planned, and I'm going to pull a tarot card for all of these, and I thought I would share it with you. I've already pulled a magical guidance card for each month of next year from Anna at Astral Lady Tarot's magical guidance cards, and so I've got a focus for my magic each month, or you know, things to think about, things to meditate on, things to use as creative prompts or things to make art around. And so I've got things from like protection, communication, candle magic, full moon magic, full moon magic, ink, baneful workings. Baneful actually came up twice, so I slightly reinterpreted January to be protection magic. And then we've got ancestors, invocations, potions, journaling, liminal spaces, and knife. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but I've got a year to figure out what knife is going to look like next December. So I'm going to pull a tarot card from the Spacious Tarot, and I do have the expansion pack mixed in, so if I inadvertently pull any of those, then I will pull another card. I'll probably still take a note of it, but I'm not too fussed about if the kind of more oracle-y things come up, because I've sort of done that with the magical guidance cards. So I shuffled these the other day because I was pulling out cards to take pictures of on Instagram for my very, very late Sagittarius season posts. It all feels a bit wonky at the moment talking about anything. I mean, I know that tarot can be really deep and insightful, and all magic can be a force for good and radical change, and certainly anything that brings people together can be a force for radical change. But there is something a little bit frivolous about doing posts about tarot and astrology and sort of, ooh, look at the pretty cards, look at the pretty artwork, during a time like this. And I know that people want to be distracted, but I don't think it would sit right with me to feed the distraction. I think if there are things that help you kind of rebalance so that you have enough energy to keep going, then obviously that's important. But I don't think it's right for anyone to look away from the things that are going on in the world right now. And so any kind of regular posts that I do over on Instagram or even here has gone a little bit by the wayside, and things have been getting later and later and more haphazard as I try and figure out how to continue the routines that I've set for myself as I try and kind of grow this like business and stuff, but while maintaining an awareness of how important it is to not be distracted. Anyway, off me soapbox, let's have a look at what am I going to be doing in January 2024? Oh, well, you're standing up and you are the Empress. That is a cute little moment. I've been feeling the need for creativity to come back. I've got sort of ideas and projects that are sort of in their infancy. And this is probably a really good sign for really taking the time to focus on those and thinking about how am I going to bring them to fruition and what does that look like. So January is the Empress. Nice, very nice. And then let's see. Oh, Eight of Cups, interesting. Cool, okay, so we're thinking about what we have and maybe if it's the time to walk away from like safety and security, and that kind of ties in with my words or kind of themes for the year that I've been mulling over. And I think the word for next year for me is courage. I think things might have to change quite dramatically, and for the past several years my main goal has been safety and security, and I think I've had to work on the idea that safety and security are not static things, and that truly nothing is entirely safe and nothing is entirely secure, and I just have to be okay with that. And so rather than holding too tightly to things that feel like they might keep me safe, I need to maybe just be a bit brave. Yeah, so that feels like something that I've been thinking about a lot and ties in with my year. So that's February. Oh, we've got silly cards. It's quite a big deck with all of the expansion cards in it, so it's a little bit tricky for my hands to hold all of them. Okay. Tower. Oh, good. Oh, good. I mean, it's not necessarily what you want from a trajectory of, you know, walking away from safety, striking out on your own, and then ending up with the tower. But you know, as all tarot people know, sometimes you have to smash it all down in order to rebuild. And well, you know, wish me luck. Wish me luck for March. This is a fun little journey of sowing oats and kind of creative thinking, and then stepping out, and then so let's hope that's nothing too, well, I mean, it's a drastic card, isn't it? I was about to say, let's hope it's nothing drastic. It's well, fuck knows what that is. And these two feel like quite the pair, and that's really not helping with my fear of the unknown, and you know, my desire for safety and whatnot. So good job, tarot. Love, yeah. Cool. Okay, so April. Let's keep this moving, Imogen. Keep this moving. Let's not panic too much. Ten of Wands. Great. Cool. Okay. Good job. I mean, fuck it. Let's just keep going. April. I mean, could have been Ten of Swords. Could have been Ten of Swords, but yeah, you know, Ten of Wands. We're building something here. We're building something. It's heavy. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So let's keep going. Oh, there we go. May. Seven of Cups. Interesting. I haven't been showing you these, have I? I'm so sorry. Oh, and the glare is so bad. Fuck it. Seven of Cups. Dreams. Illusions. What is real? What isn't? God, I'm asking myself the very same questions right now. Thank you, cards. I mean, ink. That would be interesting for doing some like drawing and creativity and art and stuff. Hopefully, a little bit of kind of more dreamy respite after those other 2 months. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so the painful month. Nice. Ten of Pentacles. Legacy and stability. So maybe we're coming full circle. Maybe it will only take a couple of months for things to pay off and you know, feel a bit safer again. And yeah, I mean, that's fuck it. Let's hope that's true. Cool. So that's quarter two, and then I've written April twice. I have written April twice. Good. That was June. That was June. Painful Workings, my birthday. Legacy, stability. That's not April, obviously. Good job. Hooray for pencil. So July. Let's see what July might bring. Good job. Elder of Cups. Well, that'd be nice. That's been a card that's been on my kind of tarot-y altar space for a while now. It's like a balance that I'm trying to strike. I was kind of raised believing that logic and rationality was the be-all and end-all, and that emotions were intrinsically kind of a negative thing, or sort of like something to be ignored. And I mean, there are still people in my life that kind of believe that, and I am sort of on a bit of a journey to unpick that and to see that it's important to have both, and that actually to live a life without feelings, which I kind of did for a long time as like a trauma response, but life certainly wasn't as like rich, it wasn't as enjoyable. It felt like there was much less point. Certainly as someone who is kind of a bit like artistic and stuff, to live a life without emotions and feelings is, I mean, it doesn't give you much to work with, if I'm honest. So Elder of Cups, balancing. I love these cards so much. I don't think I said why I chose this deck. It's one of my favourite decks. If you've watched other videos, you'll know. But also it's the idea of like the expansiveness and the spaciousness of it. It felt like if I was doing themes for a month, there was room in these cards. So yeah, Elder of Cups for July. Oh, with ancestors. That's nice. That's nice. Cool. Okay, so August. Where are we going next? Whoa. Okay. Oh, Three of Swords. Cool. Cool. Betrayal. I often see this card in context of like self-betrayal, and in the deck I use for markets, the Tarot of the Divine, all of the cards are based on folklore from around the world, and the card for the Three of Swords is a woman with beautiful like bird's wings pulling out her own feathers, and so I see it as like shrinking yourself and cutting bits of yourself off to make yourself more palatable to other people, or sacrificing too much of yourself for other people's comfort, but also like they didn't necessarily ask you to, and so it's that almost like martyred thing. And certainly, if I'm looking at a year ahead, I mean, I don't think it's like my boyfriend's going to cheat on me in August because I don't have a boyfriend, and I don't believe in that sort of level of specificity of predictive readings, particularly. And you know, we're talking more than 6 months in advance, so I think it's more likely that I'll need to check in with myself that I'm not squashing myself to fit anyone else's ideas of who I should be, and that I am being true and I'm being authentic, and that I'm not being a martyr. And yeah, just I need to, it's something that I know I need to watch in myself. And so those are quite interesting cards. And maybe, you know, with invocations and stuff, maybe that's like some time to do some work from the like Lessons from the Empress book by Cassandra Snow, or you know, that kind of stuff. Oh, it's nearly lunchtime. I need to hurry this up. Cool. Okay, Judgment. I mean, I love this card. I love this card. How beautiful. I don't think I really gave this card the attention it deserved when I was first using this deck. But again, this is like an interesting little journey of this balance that I've been striving for a long time, something that I know I need to check myself on. And then this idea of Judgment being this kind of like reckoning. Yeah, I was watching Magpie Tarot's video on like standout decks, and they were using the Terra Volatile deck, which I love. I think that might be going on a birthday wish list or something. And they chose the variant of Judgment, which is like the final judgment or the last judgment or something. And I love the drama of that. But I suppose in terms of my life and a year ahead and stuff, we probably don't need to go that dramatic. It's probably more like a reckoning of what we've learned so far. Thinking about like, am I happy with where I'm going? Am I happy with myself? Juggling those kind of like moral questions and stuff. And I always think of Judgment being like the internal assessments rather than justice as like external, like arbitration of justice. So yeah, interesting. It's another quarter done. Let's do this. Some of these cards are definitely upside down now. But again, like in reading for a client, I tend not to read reversals because you're looking at me one way, I'm looking at me the other way. I don't know what would count as a reversal. Have all of these been reversals so far because I'm not looking at them top ways? I don't know. Anyway, let's see who jumps out for October. Oh, just everyone. Cool. Strength. Cute. I find the strength card really funny. The flower and the thorns and all that. That's a card that I associate very much with my brother. Usually has a lion on it. So strength, interesting. Balance, again. journaling, gonna do some prompts about what we need to push, what we need to, you know, which battles to pick, where to fight, where to just, you know, be still, be calm. And then November, liminal. Excited to see what kind of things I might do. I do live quite near a crossroads. Thought about doing stuff there. Going to live that hedge witch fantasy. Oh, well, Capricorn bin. No, that's the Capricorns. It's just an oracle card. Guardian of Swords. Cute. Okay, so Guardians are... Yeah, no, that's Queens. Guardian of Swords is Queens. Queen of Swords, love her, big fan. Oh, the stillness in these cards is so beautiful. We have a lot of corvids near where I live. You know, shout out Ivy Corvus, inventor of the 12 Days of Yule tag. I suppose I kind of see her in the Guardian of Swords there. Yeah, there's a lot of peace in this card, and this again, I suppose it was kind of similar to the Elder of Cups. So I suppose it's like the exact opposite of the Elder of Cups. Is this balance between heart and head. So I suppose that's a nice little running theme, particularly for a liminal thing. It's quite nice to have a callback. And then yeah, let's smash this out and get December. Oh, I suppose, I mean, we're bringing Capricorn into this, but yeah, so get that earthy energy mixed in, you know, ending the year strong, not in a, you know, hustle bros kind of way, but like just, you know, solid ground in that kind of water and air energy. But I suppose I've not had a ton of fire in the year, which I'm probably alright with, given that tower in March. Anyway, let's get this final card. Six of Pentacles, lovely stuff. Hard work. That's, I mean, that feels like the theme, starting with creativity and the projects that I was thinking of, and then I think hopefully, you know, all of this ends up in a place where I'm able to redistribute that wealth, and things will pay off to the point where I'm able to share it. And that is, I know people have feelings about the Six of Pentacles, but I like this card in this deck because there's a balance. You know, it's not I'm superior, I'm, you know, giving you my whatever. It's just redistribution, not hoarding, just the cycle of, you know, I think of it like the mutual aid cycle of just the same 100 skint people handing each other the same tenner, just round and around and around. But hopefully by the end of the year I will be less skint. So that would be a nice way to finish next year. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me while I assessed what the year ahead might look like. Thank you to Ivy for coming up with this tag, and thank you for everyone else who is doing these videos. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.